Everyone talks about having a very good personal brand, but no one actually teaches you how. And that is the problem I face right now. I want to build a personal brand that generates money and clients for me on a regular basis through me creating content, but I don't know how to do that. So today I want to go through my system, what I've created and how I plan to do it. So maybe if you're ahead of me, you can give me some tips, and if you are behind me, then you can learn something. So I want to show you, because I don't like to sugarcoat or show you BS. I want to just go through and give you the whole system. So firstly, this is my YouTube system here created perfectly. Firstly, what I want to talk about is the strategy. So the strategy of the content is built upon the goal of creation. So my goal with my content is to get clients and help them create better personal brands. So this is what I do. I help personal brands make more money through writing content, to editing videos, to a lot of funneling stuff and stuff like that. So my strategy is to get more clients to help them. So the strategy is really simple. Like, this is who I target. There are people with personal brands. If you have learned about if how levels of awareness work, is that there is this thing called personal brand, which is not everyone knows what's that. So the targeting comes down to people being unaware, personal brand interested, personal brand builder, or personal brand master. This is how I plan to create this is how I see the targeting of who understands personal brands and who doesn't. And the thing is that if I want to get clients from personal brands, I need to target this audience. The people who are personal brand interested, either they want to start, like they have a business and they want to start, or they are already building a personal brand, or they are, personal brand master and they just want to offload some kind of work. Now, this is my main target audience, but I have additional content here with unaware and personal brand aware content. This is basically anything else, but here you have to be why this exists basically is that you can't put yourself into a bucket of what types of content to create. Because, for example, I'm not just creating personal brand content, I'm creating content about me, about my life. Because personal branding is more importantly selling your lifestyle than just creating good content. So, this is the targeting. And this is most important what I'm going to do. And this is how I plan to do it. So it's like top of funnel content, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel in the same way, like here. The top of funnel content is vlogs, or life as me, or what I'm doing, mindset videos, anything not related to personal branding, or simply on a higher scale. Secondly, the middle of funnel content is basically why personal branding, why is so important, just me convincing someone, or shallow advice on starting a personal brand, like me saying the 3-step method to start your personal brand. Of course, that's not really in-depth advice, because if I'm creating a video like that, that person haven't yet started a personal brand, and I can't go in depth around really important concepts like psychology and stuff like this, or secrets of personal branding, like just creating a video around how only one thing is really important for creating a good personal brand. Or it's basically nothing too deep but nothing too shallow. Then bottom of funnel content is in-depth advice, masterclasses, templates, method, and niche advice, like how to create good titles, thumbnails, sales pages, also methods, plans, and modes, anything basically which is really in-depth around personal branding. Now, this is something that is easy to think about, but it's not going to happen just like a snap, because I can create a really good video around how to, let's say, write a good hook. Maybe people will be interested in that. But the thing is with content is that I have to create content that people would consume. And until I don't find the advice what people want to consume, no one is going to care about my videos. Now the thing is, how am I going to create these videos? And this is the process. And firstly, this is, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe, I don't know how much. Steps. So firstly, we start with a big idea, because every single content needs to revolve around one big idea. And what we do from that one big idea is we dissect it into these different things: problem, goal, benefit, example, process, and concept. Why we do that is that Robert Greene said that if you don't explore an idea from different perspectives, it's going to be a dead idea. Nobody is going to care about that. So we need to understand and dissect the big idea into different sections. And what we do from there is we have a checklist. So if we want to create good content which actually gets attention, we need to have a checklist of, do people resonate with this, and does it fit into the latent conditions? So it's like, should I create a content for personal brand owners around what is the best microphone to buy, or should I create a content around for personal brand owners on how to write a good hook, which is going to be more important to them? That's latent conditions, how their mind work. Then of course, is it unique? So would someone actually consume that content because it's somewhat different from the others they have already seen? Does it actually create an emotion? If you read out your idea, like one big idea, does it actually create an emotion in yourself? Then is it compelling? So it's like, does it fit that type of idea? Like, I can't create an idea like from hooks, from a hook perspective. I can't create a video which is about hooks, and it's like I'm talking about how hooks is unimportant. Also, it's like, do they have this feeling of, I must watch this one content? I am dying to watch this content. Now, when I have the big idea, the next step is to create a thumbnail and title. So, well, I have here a lot of things which come into title and thumbnail creation. It's really hard to have one checklist or one method of creation because there is so many things coming here. Because it's like, firstly and most importantly, is it simple? If it's not simple, people won't click on it. Secondly, is the idea conveyed through your title and thumbnail? Does it actually work? Does that title or thumbnail framework have been proven to work? What kind of awareness do you target? So it's like, if I want to talk about making more money on from personal branding, then I shouldn't talk about a sales page. Rather, I should talk about how much more money people can make, because if they are unaware of what is a good sales page, they won't click on it. New opportunity. Do I present something new? Because people hate promotions or upgradements. Some people always want new things, only new things. Specific. Is it specific? Like, this is, for example, the title. Is it specific? So do I mention like how to make 10K per month? Really boring. What if I say how to make 9.68K per month? Like, that's specific. It creates more emotion because the stimuli isn't entropied yet. Guide. So this is what I learned from the story branding book. Am I a guide who is helping the viewer on their journey, rather me presenting myself as the hero? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Do I actually target some kind of need people want? Because if like I create a content which is not around, doesn't states just like a second how they could actually benefit from their life, like status, love, joy, happiness, safety. If they don't understand that, they're not going to click on this video because they have no reason to do it. And stimuli entropy. Like, if I write in my title right now 10K per month, that's not really a good idea because people have seen that word a lot of times, so it doesn't create any emotion now. Something else does. And the next thing, which is really important, is the pre-framing. And this, I have had a huge epiphany about this, and I have created a YouTube video around this. But it's like pre-framing. Sorry. The pre-framing is that with the title and thumbnail, you pre-frame what the viewer thinks. So what this title and thumbnail was on my video is that I create around it's something about a plan, and also you have seen in the thumbnail that it's like a huge board and a lot of BS around that. Why that exists? Because I want to create a video where I explain something on a whiteboard. If I don't create a video like this, but rather I create a thumbnail like Mr. Beast thumbnail, you don't come here with the right idea. Because as you see a title and a thumbnail, you have opinions and thoughts about what is the video is going to be. And if I don't deliver on what your ideas and thoughts are, you're not going to stay on the video. It doesn't matter how good my hook is until I don't deliver on what you think at that current moment. So this is a really important thing, that the title, thumbnail, and hook, in most importantly, the video, must be continuously analyzed together. Because it's like if I create a good title and a good thumbnail, but the hook is completely different, even though it can be good, people won't watch the video. So it's like a title and thumbnail talks about money, and when you click on the video, I start talking about, I don't know, a bottle of water, you don't freaking care. So this is pre-framing, and this is how I create the title and thumbnail. It's like this is so-called my checklist. Then the first thing is one main lesson. What do they live with? It must be one lesson. So people want one big idea that could change their life, not 100s of mid ideas. They don't freaking care. The big idea from this video is not that, oh, main lesson, like one big lesson. No, the big idea in this video is that you are going to learn a system that can actually get you to make more money and build your personal brand. Now, this is the same. If you don't have one big idea people can live with after watching the video, you're just letting them so-called get away without anything. Like you need one big idea. Next thing is packaging. So never sell an improvement offer. So think about these two boxes here. Like this is a gift and this is another gift. If this gift, this is value, it's $100, but the other is $10. This is because it's broken, because it's, broken, it doesn't look cool. People don't want it. So the same idea in new packaging can be worth a lot more than some new good idea in bad packaging. What this means is that you must think about the value which you're providing in a new form. Let's say you're talking about freelancing. Okay, how can I create a video about freelancing that is not the same so-called freelancing? Like, okay, let's talk about freelancing. Heck, no one cares about freelancing. Create something new, a new opportunity, which is not an improvement on freelancing, but a new method of freelancing. That's a new opportunity. And free value. So people love free value. So give out free value as the solution to their biggest painful problems. Templates, method, and checklist. Because that's why people will click on the video. If they see in the video, oh my God, a framework, a checklist, a solution, a plan, they're going to be like, oh my God, I'm going to get that after I watch this video. So they are more likely going to click on this video. Let's go. What's the next thing? Hook. Let's go to the hook. This is really important. So you have to start with the hook that what do they think? Because you pre-framed their mind with your title, thumbnails. Now what you need to do is write a hook. So what does the viewer think? They have here thoughts. What you need to do is deliver on what they want to hear. So by understanding the latent conditions, that is how their mind is pre-written, because they are in a niche and more likely they had some experiences. What you need to do is you need to understand how they view the word. So this is what latent conditions means. You must understand what is the view of the word they see. Like it's like, do you think that money is easy to make, or do you think that money is hard to make? If you think that money is hard to make and I create a video how easy it is to make money, you're not going to freaking care, because that's not how you think. But how you do this is understand their problem, their dream outcome, their current state, the benefits for their life. So this is how the hook is basically delivering on the video. So it's like, the thing is, people mess up hooks. And I do this I do this a lot, no worries, I do this a lot. But why do I mess it up? Because I'm trying to use these hacks or secrets. There is no such thing. What happens is that they have these opinions or thoughts in their mind, which you've created and they already have based on how they view the word, and they want to hear that. And if they hear that, if you hear what they want to hear, they are going to stay on your video. If you create a good title and thumbnail and they click on it and you deliver exactly what they want to hear, they will click on it. And how can you deliver on that? It's basically understanding them on a much deeper basis. And also, I have here a checklist for me. Like, I must expand the title and thumbnail or somehow put it in there. Otherwise, people are not going to care because it doesn't resonate. The two is not in combination together. It's not pre-framed correctly. Then I have to hook the viewer in. Now, what does that mean? I have to create some kind of emotion in them because emotion makes them stay. Also, establish credibility. Like they have to trust me to watch the video until the end. Otherwise, they don't freaking care. Also, I need to open a loop. Why should they watch till the end? Then I make a big promise. Like this is what you're going to learn after you watch this video. And show how this video is actually unique. It's not the same BS video or the same video they have seen hundreds of times. Also, answer this question simply for them in the video. What they will get. That's all. Hook. Let's go to the value delivery. So from the value delivery, for myself, the value delivery, which you are seeing right now, it comes down from the big idea. And here I should have 3 main parts because people love the number of 3. And we can keep the attention more if we have, 3 parts. Like the attention, like a beginning, a middle, and end. It feels close. It feels like, this was great. I had a beginning, I had a middle, and I had the end. So I try to use this in my own value delivery system. And I have to keep the attention up by transforming the value into a story. So it's like I'm not just trying here to give some value, I'm trying to tell a story here. This is how we use beginning, middle, and end. Sorry. And be aware, this is really important. People want beginner information. Listen to this. When people are consuming, they hate thinking. They want information that is easy to understand and easily implementable in their life. Because look, why are you consuming content? Because you don't want to think, you just want to chill, you want to consume something. Okay, what does that mean? I have to present the information as a beginner information so you understand it easily, and also it's something that you can use easily. The next thing is assume zero knowledge. Like assume they know nothing. And what do I mean by this? Because if I don't explain something and I assume that you know it, and if I don't, I will lose your attention because you miss out a core piece of information. And if you don't have that, well, simply you're not going to care about my video for the rest of it because you missed out something really important. And also something which is really important is to never put yourself above others. So never create content that, I'm so good and you know nothing, but it's like explain everything easily so everyone understands it by assuming they know nothing. So it's like I've run into a problem when I was explaining latent conditions. Because my first initial thought was like, you understand what's that? Because I know what it is and I hope that you understand, but you don't know it most likely, so I must explain it in the most easier terms. That is the value delivery, and we can go to the recording. Well, for me, it's like what you see right here. It's just a really simple, not explanation, but it's like a really simple method for me to make it easier, and the editing process. Now, the thing is with this process is that this process is put into a huge box here. Can I? No, don't put it there. Please. Yeah, let's go. I understand now. So the idea here is that this is put into a huge box, which is ruled by your uniqueness and your branding. Because this system is not going to be the same for everyone. It's unique to you and your brand, on who you are. Let's go to the next step, tracking. Now, what is tracking and why it is so important? I have a different section for it. Well, this is a system, what I'm trying to do here, build a personal brand. And what is the input here? Systems thinking is basically looking at everything in the world through different steps and processes. So there is an input here, this is an input, this is the output, this is a process, and this is a feedback loop. And for my system here on content creation, we have content. This is my input, which goes into YouTube's algorithm, YouTube system, and the output which I want is clients. So if I want better results, aka output, aka clients, I must make better content. This is my system on how can I improve it. And the YouTube algorithm and the system of YouTube can't be changed. But the only thing I can change is my content. And how can I know what to change on my content? Well, it's basically from the feedback loop. But I have to create that feedback loop in order to know what to change. So it's like this exists. Like even if I make no clients, if I get 0 views, this system exists. I put content out to YouTube and I get clients, or I don't get clients on the back end. But until I don't implement the feedback loop, I'm not going to see how good it works or how bad it works. So I have to track it. But what can I track? So this is where it gets interesting. Well, the macro action chain and the micro action chain. The action chains are basically you trying to dissect what needs to happen for your goal. So it's like for the macro action chain, which is the big picture of action chain, someone meets with the video, they watches the video and they books a call. This is simply what needs to happen. But the micro action chain is a bit more different. So someone sees the title and thumbnail, they understands the idea of the video, because this is really important. If the title and thumbnail doesn't convey the idea, they're not going to click on it. They're going to click on the video, they're going to watch the first 30 seconds, they are going to get interested and consume the rest of the video and then book a call. This is the micro action chain, what needs to happen to actually book a call. Or this could be even further developed where it's going to be like, this is interesting, I'm going to subscribe, I will watch another video, another video, another video, another video, and then they will book a call. The stimuli chain is a bit different. So the stimuli is basically everything I present to them. So me speaking is a stimuli, or me creating a title, a thumbnail is a stimuli. So if I want this micro action chain to happen, I need to create stimuli which will actually make that happen. This is a very good explanation. So it all comes from the latent condition. I need to understand how they view their word. So if I understand how personal brand owners view the word, I can easily create an idea that is the first stimuli, which will actually make them want to consume. Then I need to create a title and thumbnail, another stimuli. I need to create a hook. I need to create a value. I need to create a call to action and a Calendly page to book a call. This is the stimuli chain I need to do in order to make this book a call happens. But this is not enough. I understand this, but what is the goal of each stimuli? Because it's simple to understand, like for me at this moment, on why I need these stimuli. But until I don't understand each section of the stimuli and what they need to create, I'm not going to be able to create a really easy system. So the goal of every single stimuli is different. So an idea's goal is to create an interest in the personal brand owner. A title, a thumbnail, his only goal is to get a click on the video. I don't need to sell my product. I don't need to sell anything. The only goal with the title and thumbnail is to get a click on the video. The goal of the hook is to get them interested in my value, in what I want to sell or teach on the video. They must get interested. That's the goal of the hook, nothing else. The value, what is the goal of the value? Well, the goal of the value is not to just teach or give out concepts, it's to build trust and pain. Because the only way I can sell something is if I create trust and pain. So my goal with the value is to build trust with me explaining something so you trust me that I understand what I'm talking about, and the pain of so-called you don't have it or you don't know what to do and how to do. Or basically you are in pain because everyone is in pain. Call to action. Get a personal brand owner to take action. That's the only goal of the call to action. And the Calendly page's goal is to get a booked appointment to sort those who are not yet ready also. This is another goal. Now I have here the goal of the stimuli, of what I need to create and what is every single stimuli's goal, and the effect chain is something different. So it's like, even though the title and thumbnail's goal is to get a click on this video, the effect of the title and thumbnail is that creates an interest in the video. The hook must deliver on that interest. Otherwise, it's not going to be an effective stimuli. Effective, is that a word? Like effective stimuli if people don't get what they want to hear. The value is not going to be a great value if it doesn't delivers on the idea. Like if I start talking about something completely different, people won't care. Call to action makes the personal brand owner take action. That's easy. And currently page is the effect, or what needs to happen here is source the wrong people. Maybe it's clear for you, and I really hope you understand everything which I mentioned here. Now let's go to actually tracking. But what can I track? Well, what kind of data do I have? I have this data of click-through rate, and click-through rate comes from the stimuli of idea, title, and thumbnail. If the idea is bad, the title is bad, or the thumbnail is bad, people won't click on it. The average view duration comes from the hook and the value delivery. There is this data of view to follower. That is a really important data in my opinion. How much people decide to follow you after watching the video. And this depends on the amount of value you actually provide. Because if I am just one step ahead of someone, they will follow me to learn more. That is true. If I meet someone who I think they are ahead of me, I'm going to follow so I can get more value from them. But what this means is that people must perceive what I'm teaching as valuable. And the amount of value I'm teaching must be important enough or good enough so people decide to follow me. View to comment. This is a different metric that I can create, and this represents the resonance. How much people do resonate with this piece of content? If I can, people actually love sharing their thoughts. Like people do really love sharing the thoughts. And if I am explaining simply, then they can resonate with me, then they will comment something. So I can understand it of how I'm speaking. Let's say, for example, I have a huge average view duration, but still no one comments on my video or no one follows me. That means that even though how I'm presenting something is interesting, it's either not enough or I'm not resonating with them. So you don't feel that I'm a real person here trying to teach you something, rather you feel that I'm here just to sell you something. And this is a big problem because you can't build a good personal brand if you don't resonate with your viewers. And the appointment booking rate is basically the call to action, and everything adds up to the appointment booking rate. And the views is the idea, but there is, these checks. What is that? I don't put it to the idea because the idea is like the views, I don't really care. And how to track it? So the problem with there is a problem with tracking, and I've tested a lot of different tracking methods. I will show you some. So it's like I have tracking systems here back in my old days, but it's like these haven't really worked. So it's like I have a lot of different tracking methods, and this is what I came up with right now to track my content on my YouTube link. How much view did that video get, the click-through rate, the average view duration, the follower amount. This will create the view to follower, the comment amount, and this will create the viewer to comment. Yes, this is basically how I'm going to track it. And after I'm starting to track and I have data, I can much easily improve on my content, basically. Yeah, this was the strategy, the process, the tracking. And I have here something which I'm creating for myself, but I don't feel right now that I'm good or really knowledgeable enough to create a very good branding positioning. I want to create this Robert George aesthetic, which is basically, if you want to brand yourself, because personal branding is much more complicated than just creating content, I must create something like as a brand that will stand out, and they will have XYZ traits or elements. And for that, what I learned is that creating this Robert George aesthetics is one of the best ways. So if I can create, as you go on Pinterest and you search up, I don't know, old money style or old money aesthetics, with aesthetics, there's a lot more different topics and things. For example, if I type in yoga, I will get some kind of pictures about yoga. But if I write in yoga aesthetics, oh my god, this is much more different. Like it feels better. It has this something to it. In the same way, you have Robert George, that's me. But if I have Robert George aesthetics, it's a much better explanation of who I am, and I have to create this for myself. I have to create it. And I have here the competition and market analysis. What needs to happen here is that I need to analyze stimuli. So what kind of words, what kind of titles, what kind of thumbnails actually create that good feeling or make people click on it. And I need to analyze ideas, I need to analyze latent conditions, I need to analyze branding stuff. And the thing is that in reality, this is a never-ending cycle of competition and market analysis, because it's like, how can you know that you know enough? You never know. So this is something really important for me right now at this moment to create this. Yeah. I hope I have managed to explain everything. And the last thing which I wanted to show you is how the process actually looks like. So this process, and this is my template for YouTube video creation. And I have here this template. Which I do is I come here to the ideation part, and I'm going to write here down the big idea. Then I can do brain dumps here. I can dissect the idea to problem, goal, example, benefit, process, concept, reference, objection, just as you've seen it here. So let's put this here and put this here. So it's like I can develop the idea into different parts, and I have this checklist, which is so-called the smaller version of this checklist, but I look at this more importantly. Then when this is done, I can go to the next part, which is the finishing touches. This is the title. What happened? Sorry. Title and thumbnail. And here I just have a different title types for myself, and also YouTube thumbnail types, which I've analyzed and put in here. In the same way, let me show you the thumbnails. So it's like there is the object thing, and this is a picture. If it shows, please show it. Or the famous thing, it's when you're using a famous person's photo or to create better content or curiosity. Or this is the exposing. This is my favorite, so-called. But yeah, there's a lot of things here, and I will do this. I will create I will write one here. Then the checklist. So there is a checklist here also. It's basically trying to convey these ideas as a checklist. Then I have here the hook. The one main lesson is basically the hook. So it's like I write down what I want to teach here, and then I write the hook after. And here I have the checklist, which you see here. And the deliver on what they want to hear is basically me. When I dissect the idea, I write down what they want. So as a problem, for example, if you don't make sales from your personal brand, the problem is not that you don't make sales, but that's a problem. But like, let's think about another idea, which is thumbnail. Let's say I have this big idea of for good thumbnails and titles, you need a new opportunity. Let's say this will be one of my newest videos. Then I need to illustrate the problem. So it's like, if you don't have a good title and thumbnail, you're not going to get views, you're not going to sell, you're not going to blah blah blah, which all are the problems of my target audience and not basically only mine. So it's like I understand the problem from their perspective. Yeah, and basically then I can write the hook, which I don't know, for some reason it's hard to create my own hooks. For some of my clients who I work with, it's much easier to create a hook. I don't know why or why not, but it's going to take time, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much for having the time to actually watch this video. This is my Miro board, so I'm not really able to share you this board, but if you are interested in this system, I can somehow give it to you. Thank you so much. If you're a personal brand owner and you want to scale with an extra 5 to 10k MRR in your business and you want to make a heck lot of money, then there is a link down below and you can book a call. Thank you so much, and I will meet you next time.